Good morning. This is Diary of a Bass Player. My name's Deborah and this is the video journal of my career transition. No bass playing this morning. Today's episode has to be a little bit more about what I need rather than what I usually provide. As you'll notice, I'm still in my pyjamas. It's the day of the show and I'm really excited. I'm really happy. And I wanted to make this episode really about people because there have been so many fantastic people that I have met because I'm doing this. So many people willing to help me, and some, occasionally difficult moments with strangers who've been rude or, when we've been out handing out flyers or putting up posters or something like that. But such a tiny percentage compared to the wonderful help that I've received that I just wanted to make this post about how great people are. And people get a bad rap. I don't like people, we're ruining the planet, people will hurt you, or, the human race is terrible. And we are spoiling the planet. We can be selfish. We have a lot of faults. I'm not dismissing those concerns at all. But, overwhelmingly, people are wonderful. And, I think I learnt that in my job as a psychotherapist. In my job in marketing, it was always to connect with people. In my job as a psychotherapist, I learned even more about people. And I spent 13,000 hours listening. And in those hours and in all those hundreds and hundreds of people that I met and worked with, there was only ever one or two that I thought, I'm a bit concerned about the effect you're having on the world. Everyone was lovely. Everyone I could empathise with at some level of how they'd come to those conclusions, or, people are special. People are fantastic and they can do great things when they work together. And never more so than this morning. Two lovely things. Like last night, I woke up this morning and I'd had a horrible stress dream. And I wanted to just sort of share it. I won't give you any prizes for psychotherapy for analysing this dream. I'd sort of woken up and then fallen back asleep again. And sometimes you fall into a really strong dream when that happens. And it's quite useful for processing. It sort of clears you can become very ill if you don't dream. It really does clear your psyche, clear the mind and process the things that have happened. So in my dream, Young Gun Silver Fox, who are my absolute musical idols. I have got so much time for them. I've got them up on a bit of a pedestal, really. And I had met Young Gun Silver Fox and I was chatting to them about music and talking to them about what they're doing and maybe overstepping the mark a little bit, going, because actually in real life I did write a song about how happy they made me, and I don't know whether I was offering them that song or something, or just talking about, or we were composing together, that's it. Andy Platts was at the piano, Sean Lee was on the guitar, we were sitting around in a little circle working out a new song for Young Gun Silver Fox. And then they started to say to me, this is rubbish. This is terrible. You're absolutely awful, Deborah. And they sent me home and I left they'd still got my credit cards and part of my phone or something like that. And so I was driving home and I couldn't pay for petrol or any food at the garage, and it was awful. And they sent this wedding planner out to rescue me, and she did, but she was really nasty to me and said that I was too old to be doing this and should be spending more time with my family and neglecting me. I'm just realising how much I'm talking about my dream. This is not what anyone wants on a YouTube, is it? But basically, it was a horrible, horrible imposter syndrome dream of my musical idols telling me I shouldn't be doing it, a wedding planner telling me that I'm too old, don't have any good ideas, and don't know what I'm doing. And it was absolutely horrible, horrible. And I woke up this morning feeling really upset. And two lovely things happened. The first message that I turned on my phone, I'm looking for my phone. I'm speaking to my phone. There it is. The first message that I opened up was from the lovely Pat Davey, who is a member of Talking Low Bass Group, and he is the bass player for Paul Young. And he had been listening to my radio show, and he just sent me a message last night that I hadn't seen, going, yeah, this is really good. I'm really enjoying the vibe. This is a great show. And, you know, just having that real world feedback from someone whose opinion I respect was lovely. And then I told my husband about my dream. Poor man. He has to listen to all this, all my ramblings. And he gave me a big hug, and then he sent me this song by Frank Sinatra, or made famous by Frank Sinatra, called High Hopes. All about how the one that goes, whoops, there goes another rubber tree plant. And this is, there's sort of all these scenarios where a tiny ant kind of destroys a rubber tree plant, or it's a lot about destruction. But a dam, there's a ram that keeps headbutting a dam, just keeps headbutting this dam, and it's a billion squillion, ton dam, and eventually the ram manages to push through it because of sheer determination, one ram. And I was listening to that song and just smiling and really loving the support that I'd got from my husband there. And then I was thinking, I am that ram. I am that ram pushing against the dam. And I've always been such a determined person. I have this strong determination, and it can be sometimes be problematic. But I've never known what it was for. Never known why God gave me this much determination. Why would I, this seems a bit useless. Or not useless, but a bit OTT. No one needs quite this much determination in life. And I feel now that I understand why I've got it. This role that I'm doing and this work that I'm creating for myself and for my team, it takes enormous amount of determination. And I know now what that's, I know that's why I've been given that, so that I can do this. I've had a wonderful week. I started the week really stressed to the point that I was almost feeling quite queasy, because I was just like, it feels overwhelming. I've got 2 shows back to back. Well, 10th and 18th. For me at the moment, that's back to back. Then, as you know from last episode, I sort of realised that this is a moment that I've got to cross that bridge. And actually, as I got on with the tasks of Truly Red this week, we haven't got Georgina with us. We've got Lynn Walker on sax. So I've had to sort of pre-record some backing vocals and go through every track. Mark's been with me doing it. We've had a fabulous, if smelly, time. We've had a fabulous time, a really good laugh. I've just been, I was sitting here the other day, the sun was, it's been very, very hot in England. We've just been melting, sweat pouring down us. And I was just sitting in my lovely office here, on my, laptop, and learning using my new Logic Pro software that, if you've been watching this, you'll remember I was so stressed about for months because I couldn't use it properly. And now what I can do on there is really advanced. It's almost becoming like an extension of my fingers. I really know what I'm doing on there. I thought, look at you. This is fantastic. I feel so fortunate, so lucky. Here I am, being like a music producer at home, building my fantasy band, Simply Red, as Truly Red, getting ready to sing the songs that I adore, and play the songs that I adore to other people that love Simply Red. And it's really helped leafleting this week, because so many people have said, oh, I love Simply Red, I love Simply Red, or fans have wanted to stand and chat to me about what it is they love or why they love it. Or one lady was saying, oh, you know, my mum's just passed away and she and I went to see them about 10 times. And that's my thing with my mum. She wanted 5 of my flyers because she was going to tell all of her friends and take it to work and put it on the notice board. And you know, you get people that won't even make eye contact, so that don't give me a flyer. You get people that walk around the other way to the station because they think you're selling double glazing and they really don't want to be approached. And that's absolutely fine, isn't it? Occasionally people are like, no, I don't like that. And I'm always like, fine, absolutely. They are like Marmite, aren't they? You know, not everyone's going to like Simply Red. That's absolutely fine. But, you know, I was saying to if you were doing this as a piece of market research, this flyering, to decide whether or not to do a Simply Red tribute, I think overwhelmingly the answer would be yes. So we've had a lot of support in that, and it's time to put it into action. I feel ready. Of course, I'd like another couple of days to have a bit more time to do things. But even my bass was sounding really, where is it? It's up in the house, because I was practicing last night. But actually I had another little problem with my amp. It's been buzzing again. You might have heard it on the videos. It's been buzzing again. And I thought, oh, I haven't got time to take that back down to Ashdown amps. But what it was is when they put in the new tweeters and the speakers, they seal it with black electrical tape, the lip of it. And I think that was ever so slightly loose, but there's something about in the heat, I suspect what's happened is that the electrical tape has got sticky and melted and has resealed itself, so that the amp is actually sounding really rather good. I've got lots to do. I will be back on Tuesday to tell you how it went. However many people turn up, I'm just looking forward to it. Looking forward to playing these songs that I have loved since I was about 12 or 13. Right, you take very good care, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.